Good afternoon, folks. Today, it's a change of plans. Today I was going to tell you a wonderful story about our LGD Ben, give you the whole history on him, a little bit about the breed and how we use him to protect our farmstead here. But there is a wind from the absolute depths of hell blowing today, so I'm tucked in beside, right beside the shop, out of the wind. So instead, as I said, change of plans. I'm going to talk a little bit about our local lumber yard. So I just went out to Emerson Trail Building Supplies. It's just a couple miles up the road, and picked up this lumber for us. Usually when you're buying local, there's always that kind of cliche statement out there, support local. It might cost you a few bucks more, but you know, if you don't support them, they're not going to be there. Well, I will say we priced out all this lumber independently prior to from another local retailer. It's a big retailer, like I'm not going to mention the name, but it's Home Depot, Home Hardware. Anyways, they're a lot more expensive. So this guy sold me all this lumber, all this stuff for literally $100 less than it would cost to go into either Beaver Lodge or Grand Prairie to do it. And he's just a couple miles up the road. So there's your lesson for the day. Support local. So you might be wondering what that lumber is for. Well, last week we got the greenhouse to its 3/4 finished state, and I am determined to not allow this thing to remain in a 3/4 finished state for long. So all this, the 12-foot lumber you see in the trailer, this is these things, that's the roof trusses. They're gonna go up every 16 inches, as well as the 1x4 strapping that goes the opposite way. And then we did get some corrugated vinyl, so light can come in through the roof, but we're still gonna wait. We put an order in today for the tin, so there's gonna be tin around the sides here, as well as the roof is not entirely gonna be clear. There's gonna be some tin on the roof, so we do have a little bit of shade in there just to cut down on the the intense power of the sun. We don't wanna have roasted tomatoes. So that tin won't come in now for probably 2 to 3 weeks. With all the screws and everything that goes in there, and that's fine because we do have all the stuff to build the main roof structure now. And as you know, I'm back to work full-time, so that means that I will get maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes kind of in the evening to pick away at this project. So if I tinker away at it here and there, and I don't get the whole thing done in a day, that's fine. So I'll just plug away at it slowly. It'll still progress. It won't just stay in this kind of stagnant state, and we'll constantly be further ahead. I haven't gone to the chicken house yet today to go collect the eggs, so the basket's still empty. But as you recall from yesterday's video, we did start putting up the 1x4 slat in the nesting box, the poop-free nesting box. It's been a few months since we had to do that, and the chickens were kind of getting a little bit complacent, and a few of them were roosting up in there, and then you get some poop in your nesting boxes and get some yucky eggs, and ain't nobody got time for that. So, but we are doing one thing which we haven't really been doing. We've been doing mentally, but we haven't been documenting it, is really tracking our egg production daily. So we started doing that this week. So we had 32, 34, and then 32 again yesterday. So I'm interested to see what we get for today. I'm thinking at 32, 34, it's gonna kind of float right around in there because obviously not every one of the birds is gonna lay every single day. Some of them are every second day. It's all dependent on some of the heritage breeds are like that, right? Anyway, so why is it important to do this? Well, I mean, I can mentally track this, but then if I make changes to their feed schedule or their feed amount or anything like that, I really have no way of measuring what the impact of that is. You can't change what you don't measure. So in this particular case, we're already measuring feed. I know that right down, pretty not quite to the gram, but I mean definitely within a 1/4 pound. We're bang on every single day. But the eggs, like I said, there could be flux of 3 or 4, 5 in some cases per day. That I'd really like to tighten up and kind of get a better handle on. Are there external things such as weather or stress within the coop that are affecting production? Or, just to make sure that the human-caused inputs are kind of steady and consistent every time. That said, though, I got to go get unhooked from that trailer. I'll probably come back and work on that greenhouse a little bit later this evening, but I got to go in and get supper fixed up. So I'll let you go for now. I hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.